My dear friends, today we are in the 21st Sunday in the ordinary time, and the liturgy of the day invites us to be humbled and seek the divine assistance. Our humility is known by God, and He exalts our humble state. He gives us wisdom and He reveals Himself to us. He bestows on us the mighty power like He did to Eliakim and Peter. Eliakim, master the palace, received his high office directly from God, and Peter got his directly from Jesus. In the first reading of today, God manifested His power as the sovereign Lord. He removed the proud and wicked Shebna and exalted the humble and faithful Eliakim. In this reading, Eliakim prefigures Christ, the Messiah, He who has the key of David, He who opens and no one shuts, and shuts and no one opens. Revelation 3:7. Through His humility, the God gave Him all authority both in heaven and on earth. In turn, through His solemn declaration, Christ delegated the same authority to Peter over His church, as we see in today's Gospel. In the second reading, Paul exalts the greatness of God. He contemplates how rich are the depths of God, how impossible to penetrate His motive or understand His methods. Who could ever know the mind of God? Surely, as humans, we cannot fathom the wisdom and greatness of God. However, God reveals Himself to those who love Him and to whomever He chooses to reveal Himself to. Today's Gospel begins in a very dramatic and interesting way. Jesus was aware of the confusion about His personality and mission, so He decided to know what His disciples think about Him. Who do people say I am? You. Who do you say I am? From the response of some of them, it was obvious that they had no clear idea of who Christ was. The confession of Peter was affirmed by Jesus that He is the Christ, the living God, the long-awaited Messiah, the Savior of the world. Today, Jesus raises a vital question to each of us. But who do you say that I am? If we were to introduce Jesus to others, could we? How would we define Him? This reflection fathoms us to ponder our perception of Jesus and our connection with Him. It encourages us to consider who Jesus is to us personally, urging us to evaluate our relationship with Him. This contemplation highlights the significance of understanding and articulating our beliefs about Jesus, ultimately deepening our spiritual connection and enriching our faith journey. Jesus declared Simon as the rock, but Peter wasn't always a rock. As you well know, it is true that at one moment Peter could soar to the heights with inspired professions of faith like, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God," and "Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the word of everlasting life, and even though all desert you, I'll never desert you." Peter could soar to a heights, but at the next moment he could sink to the depths. In fact, in the verses which immediately follow today's Gospel reading, Jesus calls Peter a Satan and a stumbling block, and tells him to get out of his way, to get behind him. Dear friends, When we are connected with divine, we will think and work the heavenly things. And when we are detached from the connectivity from the divine, we will think and work the worldly things. It is like the Wi-Fi connection. As long as we are connected with Wi-Fi, we can access the internet, and once we are disconnected, we cannot access it. So therefore, let us remain connected with the divine so that we may be able to do divinely works, and certainly God will exalt us one day in His kingdom, the kingdom of heaven. May God bless you all. Have a blessed Sunday.